So you've got your hourglass, your strawberry, your pear, your boyish, or your box, or your apple, and there's a quick description of all of them. If you do find it difficult, there are ways of measuring how to get your shape. The best ways to do it are a floor length mirror, a tape measure, some clean underwear, and a boyfriend, girlfriend, or friend who's willing to see you in said clean underwear. Because let's face it, you don't want dirty kegs when you do this sort of thing. It's just nice. In that sense, there are 4 measurements and 4 places, as I've been prattling on about. You should measure shoulders, your bust line, which means over your boobs, girls. Doesn't matter whether it's bigger or not, they'll still marry up here. These 2 are the more important, so your shoulders and your hip bones, because those are the parts that's skeletal. Everything else in between is fleshy. Nice, but fleshy. Alright? So, if in doubt, write down whichever you need, and then measure them. Alright? So, boys, I'm not leaving you out. You have shapes too. At one stage or another, you had no gonads. No balls, no cock, no nothing. Like girlies, you never had a bajingo or anything like that either. So, we were all at once, no gender. That is where our skeletal structure started building. It doesn't matter what's going on down there. Every skeleton is different, and boys and girls, you are shaped differently too. There are a hell of a lot of similarities. As you can see, 5 of them are there. So you can already see the similarities between people. It's just knowing what the similarities are. The only difference is the paper cut or trapezoid. That one is the ideal male body shape, like the hourglass. The only difference is here, you have broader shoulders, which comes into a naturally slimmer body shape around the chest. You are still broad, but comes in gradually as opposed to like that. I myself fall into the category of a strawberry because I've got broader shoulders and narrower hips. Sadly, unlike the 15-year-old in black gear, I do not have a rippling six-pack. I am not 6 foot tall. I'm not showing you. I do not have rippling six-pack. I'm not 6 foot tall. Later. But knowing what works has helped me figure out how to make the best out of my shape. As you can see, I've managed to get a nice wider fitting pair of trousers, which bring me out around here. Balances out my shoulders, a nice clunky pair of boots to go on with it, brings me into proportion. It shapes me. The only difference is, you guys, I know you gents aren't quite as up with it as far as body shaping is concerned. That's not the end of the world. I can't change you blokes. Let's face it.
Try.
I could try. But as far as putting you in a pair of support pants and marching you out into the high street and looking at a woman and going, do you like him? You know, it's not going to do much of a difference. Okay, so once you've found your body shape, it's easy to manipulate your cosplays to suit you. For example, if you're someone who struggles with their height, you're a little bit on the short side, the instant thought is to go and slap on the New Rocks or a massive pair of fuck me heels. You usually keep reserved for the bedroom. I advise against it because you can't walk in them. That I know from experience. And walk out the door. Don't. If you were to make a cosplay with a slightly higher waistband, so in this case, if you go back to Ichigo here, Hakama are a great pair of trousers to use. Not only are they pleated, so they give you more definition on your hips, they naturally have to have that higher waistband. If you're shorter, it not only makes you look taller, it puts you more in proportion because you've got stuff going on here, you've got a wide inset seam. Trouser suits, that's it. Trouser suits, they are fantastic things to wear. If you go with a narrower leg, a small heel, kind of like mine, nothing more, perhaps another inch or so, it will give you height. Make sure that they are open toe if you can help it, because again, a small open pointed toe will not only give you height, it fools the illusion. So skinny jeans, those of you who are a little bit phobic of them, don't worry, there are narrower fits and narrower cuts out there that can actually work. It's just sadly having to go into Gap, Marks and Spencer's, House of Fraser, all those sort of places, Topshop, to find them. It is an arduous task, but by God does it pay off afterwards. This is just an example of what proportions can do, wicked, and we all know where we're measuring, right? Yeah?
Shoulders, bust, waist, hips.
Where are we measuring?
Shoulders and hips.
Shoulders, bust, waist, and hips.
Fucking A, wicked. Thank you. Right, pants. Get off, drop them pants. Underwear is essential for everyday use. If you're the kind of person that goes commando, bravo. Bravo, but I would hate to be that person at the sales desk having a pair of your trousers returned to me if you've ripped them in the crotch. From tangas to briefs to boxers, thongs and classic Bridget Joneses, the granny pants, there are certain cuts you should avoid and those you should stick to when you wear your cosplay. I have seen and known too many bloody people who stick on a pair of boxers and wear a bodysuit. Don't do it, it's just going to make your ass look fucking huge. Exactly. And nobody wants pre-70-year-old cellulite on their arse. That said, we'll start with you boys, because you are the biggest offenders with this. You are awful. Now, boys, there are certain types. I did like making this slide. I don't know how you can tell, you know? Trawling the internet and asking for guys in their underpants, you do get some certain sites. Thank God Google has got its moderate filter. Anyway, guys, there are 3-4 main types that you have. There's briefs and jockeys, which are... I'm about to embarrass myself, maybe. These... These...
Stealing my underwear again!
No, these are in fact my underwear. They are clean. Yeah, they are clean. These, actually, good story, I used these last year. Anybody who did see me, I was Cujo last year at Ayacon. I was that dude who was actually a girl who was actually a dude. Yeah, Picto Chat, that was fucking amazing. My ex-girlfriend was actually sat in the audience on Picto Chat and when two guys went, fuck me, that's an amazing looking bird. She then went, that's not a bird. That's a guy. I went, fuck off, is it? How the fuck do you know? I slept with him. That's the best story I've had. But these guys, jockeys or shreddies, whatever you want to call them, they give you fullness in the bum. Sometimes they can come and she's great to you every now and again. Give you a wedgie, but they hold you where they need to. They're elasticated more often than not, and they've got great support. Right, next one, it is hipsters. These are the fantastic middle ground. They're amazing. I'm wearing some at the moment. I'm not dropping my trousers. Right, in any case, hipsters, they're great. They tend to have the elasticated waistband be made from a jersey fabric, so they are breathable. Thank fuck for that. Because let's face it, your nads get warm. Doesn't matter what you're wearing, your balls get warm, boys. And warm balls means low sperm count. It's not good.
Yes, it does.
Not unless you want to procreate. Those who are against procreating, nuke the fuck out of them. Anyway, so Liz, that's one for Jack.
No crotch goblins.
No crotch goblins. They're fantastic because they cling to your waist, they cling to your legs, and they keep everything in where they need to be. These are awesome. Again, my underwear, I love these. All of my underwear are hipsters. As the name says, they sit on the hip, not on the waistline, unlike jockeys, which actually sit on the waistline. That's a good point, waistline. Do you guys know where yours is? Yeah? Where?
There.
The natural waistline sits.
It's back
natural
here.
waistline actually sits about 1 inch, 2 inches above your hip bone. So, best way to tell is I'm a little teapot. Short and stout. This is my handle, this is my spout. You bend over, spout, oh fuck, it's broken. It actually comes in. If you put where your first groove is, about there is where your natural waistline sits. If you're having problems, it's just about the navel, where your belly button is. Don't poke your belly button because that's not comfortable. It just makes you want to pee. Boxers, because these are actually a crossover. These are boxer hip suit. Hipsters. Boxers are free-flowing pieces of fabric, usually made out of polycotton or polyester, and to my knowledge and experience, they're a fucking bane. I hate them. They keep everything flowing, they keep everything airy, and if you guys out there who want to cross-play, good God, don't wear them. Please don't wear them. I've seen enough guys wearing boxers with short skirts, sitting down on the floor. Do you get what I mean? Unless you're in the position of actually looking at a guy's junk, it's not pretty. Anyway. Snake, yes. Unless you want to look at snakes and squirrelies, then by all means go for it. But boys, if you're going for crossplay, wear something binding that's going to tuck the fucker back. Jockeys and hipsters are great because hipsters double as cycling shorts, so it means you get around that horrible thing of feeling with the cycling shorts. Right, girlies. I like doing this. I really like going girls' pants, it's amazing. I don't wear them. I don't wear them.
That's not what I
Ladies,
want. I see the photo.
ladies, for God's sake, treat your underwear with the more care it deserves. I used to work with Marks and Spencer's. I used to work by the lingerie department. I'd see the same woman come in twice a week for her underwear. She went through them like fucking bullets.
Did you ever ask what she did with them?
Yes, it did. Funnily enough, she wore them once and binned them. Madness, because she couldn't find the right cut. And going through, sadly, X amount of pairs of underwear at £6 a time for a pack of 6, it's not cheap. Anyway, ladies, you buy more underwear than men. On average, men buy £40 million worth of underwear a year. That breaks down to roughly 6 pairs every 3 months for every guy in the country.
That's because men wear them so there's more hole than cloth.
Exactly, you shouldn't. Ladies, you buy 6 to 12 pairs a month, if not more. Why? They are nice, they are fantastic. It's lovely that you feel sexy in your kecks. Yes, you do for different times of the month, but you can have the same cut. You only need to have 3 pairs of each cut at the most. And you should only need to change them once a season, so every 4 months. Guys, for fuck's sake, change them. Please change them.
Oh, yeah. Changing them when not include turning them inside out.
Or back to front.
You can get 4 words out.
Right,
You can get 4 words out.
our first stop on the ladies' underwear tray, briefs.
Bacon.
She did like it, actually. Found this, I thought, fuck me, I'm putting that in. Actually, those are a great example of briefs themselves. They come in several different cuts, and typically they rise to the waistline or just below the navel. These come in so many different cuts and can determine how you look in a certain clothing and certain costumes because of the way they sit. Classic cuts tend to have the size extend below the hip, below the hip and cover near enough everything, so your bum is no longer on show. High cut or French cut have narrow sides and cover it all. They give your bum a great cut, but they tend to have narrow waistbands, so you can just kind of... They're the sexy cut because apparently they're French. Boy leg or boy shorts. These tend to have that little bit of a boy short that comes down just below the crotch line. Again, made of the same sort of fabric that hipsters are. And tend to be for when you're a little bit... you really can't be arsed wearing pants. They are the equivalent of the Bridget Jones massive arse pants. But they are in fashion at the moment. So if you find that you're looking for something that's a little bit, I can't be asked for anything stringy because I feel like shit, these are your guys. And control pants. Not just for your 60-year-olds. They are the God's gift to men and women. They're brilliant. Because they bring you in certain areas, they suck you in, they plump you out in certain areas, and they are the dog's bollocks. Raiding your drawers! I like making puns, can you tell? Other than briefs, there are a plethora of underwear out there that you can choose from. Hipsters we've gone through. They do sit on the hips, as they say, and most come in no VPL. Does anyone here know what no VPL is?
No visible panty line.
Oh, fuck, you know. No VPL, as it says, is no visible panty line. It does exactly what it says on the tin. It gives you no panty line.